Hi guys, how you doing? Senior Gaming here, and I'm bringing you Blade Idol with the best options for Gods and Heavens gear. So if you Blade Idol player or perhaps Idol gamer, then make sure you subscribe to the channel as I post as often as possible and bring you best tips and advice. And if you enjoy what you see, then hit that like button as well. Right then guys, so I decided to refresh a video as last one states only a God options, and obviously we had a Heavens for a while, so I believe still having a lot of new players coming through, it's worth noting where you should aim with your God gear as well as where you want to go with your Heavens. I'll give you a primary option as well as secondary based on my opinion, and this is as well where sometimes you're gonna be limited with your resources and sometimes you'll be able to go obviously for these top tier options. When I talk gear, I'll be purely talking about weapon, armor, gloves and helmet, and obviously this gonna be everything I wanna address today. As well, we got to bear in mind that the certain values we need to select will be based on these multipliers. So what I mean by that, if I tap on the stats itself, we got to obviously remind ourselves that the values we're gonna select from a gear will be purely heal all offensive. So we will be looking potentially into a super critical damage, hyper damage, upgrade option attack or super option attack. And often we'll have to go either for one of the options that we got list of, or one of the options that they got absolutely high amount of values and we need to take advantage of that. Bear in mind again, obviously when it comes to all these different damage type, these are the different multipliers that are able to stack on top of another, so we got to ensure obviously we're trying to balance it out as much as possible. Hence you selecting a few different options wherever possible, maxing it out, and this way you still increasing your overall attack. So now going into a gear straight away, we're gonna select inventory and we're gonna start with a weapon. So as you see, I already got it selected on a God gear, and if I tap onto options, still your best options for a God weapon, it's a super critical damage. And then your secondary option is gonna be upgrade option attack. And again, if we tap on this question mark, this is obviously where you're gonna see all the possible values, and this is where a super critical damage will have a chance of whooping 200%, adding to a total price pool. And then upgrade option attack has also a quite significant value in comparison to any other options, and this is a 50%. And obviously because we talk about a weapon itself, which got a 4 different slots, so ideally if I would land a perfect gear, I've got a chance of having extra 800% of super critical damage. I have pretty much quickly progressed before I managed to get enough resource and then land perfect options. I managed to progress into Heavens, so obviously this is not a perfect example, but as you see I have selected either a primary or secondary option to balance it out based on my resources at the time. So then when it comes to a Heaven ones, we're gonna pretty much select it this way as we are ready in there. Then when it comes to these options, you want to go for upgrade option attack as a primary one, and then secondary one, in my opinion, will be super option attack. So then again, when it comes to a upgrade option attack, the reason we go in with this very option because it allows you to boost it all the way to 187% in comparison to the God, which we just discussed, and this is where you got just a 50%. So it means that going into a next tier, we pretty much nearly quadruple the whole value of that very option. It was very limited to a 50% at the time, and now as you see, the Heavens actually gives you this whooping boost that you can get it in one of individual slots at value at 187. And when it comes to the secondary option, in my opinion, it's super option attack, as this is one of the rare, hence you want to get this multiplier boosted up as well, as this is obviously one of the lowest values you currently can get in a game itself. So then when it comes to a gloves, armor and helmet, these gonna pretty much reflect exactly same options when it comes to God or Heavens, so I will just give you example on gloves and you will follow the same pattern with the next two pieces of equipment. So if we select a options for a gloves itself, we will be going with exactly same principle here. You want to go with a super critical damage. As you see, I managed to land 2, and then also a secondary one, either upgrade option attack, or perhaps you could boost it with a little bit of penetration. End of the day, as you've seen in comparison to weapon, we're talking about a very similar values with super critical damage 200%, but actually upgrade option attack, it's already sliced by half, which means this is not one of the best options to select in slot. Hence you should go with super critical damage wherever possible. But if you cannot really land this, you lack in your resource, go with upgrade option attack or go with penetration, again if you're missing one of these stats at the time and you need to progress within the gameplay. And then when it comes to a finally heaven ones, and again this principle apply across armor and helmet as well, again because of the option attack, it's boosted here to this 187. This is the option you want to go with. And also you've got a super option attack at this 15%. This is again a good place to get this value, and because we're talking gloves as well, you might be coming into these stages where I have actually used opportunity and boosted that with nearly 3000 penetration at the time, and later on again when I felt comfortably in a certain area, I was able to change it back to upgrade option attack and boost that offensive stat. So that will be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and you know what to do. Smash this like button, subscribe to the channel for more, and as always, I will see you next time.